Luffy bounces a cannonball back at the Marine's mast, scaring them off as the Straw Hats make their getaway through a thick fog. As they chat, the crew starts wondering about Luffy's family ties to Garp. Eventually, they arrive at the Barity, a floating restaurant where they encounter Sanji, a chef and waiter with a deep passion for cooking. If you're a fan of exciting One Piece adventures, captivating storylines, and thrilling action in the world of 2023, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. And remember, don't miss out on any updates. Toggle those notifications to stay in the loop. Luffy can't foot the bill, so the owner Zeph makes him work as a dishwasher to settle his debt for all the food he devoured. Garp decides to hire Warlord Dracule Mihawk to capture Luffy alive. Kobe eavesdrops on this conversation, and Helmeppo educates him about the 7 warlords of the sea, who have secret ties to the government and do their dirty work when needed. Luffy stands up for Sanji when Zeph declines to let him cook. Mihawk shows up to capture Luffy, and Zoro boldly challenges him to a sword fight to prove his supremacy. Nami briefly thinks about escaping, but ultimately decides to stand by her friend. In the fierce battle that follows, Zoro is defeated soundly by Mihawk. However, instead of killing him, Mihawk spares his life and chooses to leave Luffy alone when he witnesses their unwavering resolve. After the fight, Zoro loses consciousness. Luffy has Zeph take care of Zoro's injuries, but there's uncertainty about whether Zoro will pull through. Nami is persuaded to have a heart-to-heart with him, hoping to anchor him to life. And she confesses to her habit of pushing friends away. Sanji shares his backstory with Luffy and Usopp, recounting his connection with Zeph and his dream of discovering All Blue, a mythical part of the ocean where all types of fish coexist. Kobe discovers the connection between Garp and Luffy through a conversation with Mihawk. Despite his efforts to persuade Garp that Luffy won't change, Kobe chooses to take the lead in the Marine's mission to capture him. Out of the blue, Arlong arrives at Barity with his crewmates Chu and Kurobi, determined to find Luffy. They've taken Buggy's head as a hostage, using the hidden earpiece in Luffy's hat to track him down. Luffy takes a severe beating, and Nami discloses her affiliation with Arlong's crew. She hands over the Grand Line map to Luffy and departs. Luffy grapples with the feeling that he's let his crew down as their captain, but Zoro eventually wakes up, urging them to pursue Nami. Zeph manages to persuade Sanji to leave Barity, and he officially becomes a member of the Straw Hat crew. Meanwhile, Zoro and Usopp ponder how to track down Arlong, and Luffy reveals he's taken possession of Buggy's head. Luffy and his crew make their way to Konomi Island, discovering that Arlong and his pirates have imposed a relentless rule over Koko Village. They manage to find Nojiko, Nami's adoptive sister, who discloses that both of them suffered the loss of their adoptive mother due to Arlong's actions. Meanwhile, Garp shows up at Barity and presses Zeph for information about Luffy's location. He openly admits that he's determined not to lose his grandson in the same manner as Gold Roger. Kobe decides to come clean with Helmeppo about Garp's connection to Luffy, and the bartender tips them off about Luffy's whereabouts. It turns out Arlong has been bribing Marine Captain Nezumi to keep their misdeeds hushed up, all the while expressing his determination to wipe out all humans. Meanwhile, Nami's secret stash of 100 million berries meant to free Koko Village from Arlong's grip is revealed. In a shocking twist, Arlong orders Nezumi to seize the money, leaving Nami devastated. Fueled by anger and desperation, Nami turns to Luffy for help, and he firmly assures her that he's got her back. Luffy, Zoro, Usopp, and Sanji observe Arlong's assault on Koko Village. The villagers opt to band together as the Straw Hat crew squares off against Arlong and his crew at Arlong Park. The battle intensifies, with the Straw Hats managing to defeat several fishmen, while Luffy heads for a showdown with Arlong in his tower. As the battle hits a rough patch, Luffy comes to a realization. The tower holds a crucial part of Nami's work, something vital to Arlong. In a bold move, Luffy topples the entire tower onto the fishmen, securing his victory. With Arlong defeated, the Straw Hats celebrate their triumph. But their joy is short-lived as Garp and the Marines make their entrance. Garp intends to capture the Straw Hats, but Luffy refuses to back down, leading to a fierce clash between the two. In the duel that ensues, Garp firmly holds the upper hand. Even though the odds seem stacked against him, Luffy remains steadfast in his pursuit of his dreams. Eventually, Garp relents and instructs his Marines to go after the remaining members of Arlong's crew. As a form of revenge for the humiliation he endured, Nezumi finally issues a wanted poster for Luffy, complete with the 30 million berry bounty, something he's longed for. Luffy and Kobe bid each other farewell. Later on, Garp informs Kobe and Helmeppo that he will personally oversee their training to mold them into more capable soldiers. Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, and Sanji proudly share their aspirations as members of the Straw Hat Pirates as their wanted poster circulates among old acquaintances. Meanwhile, in another location, a grizzled Marine captain catches sight of Luffy's wanted poster and casually burns it with his cigars. If you've been exhilarated by the epic adventures of the One Piece live-action series, don't hold back. Show your enthusiasm by smashing that like button. For more high-octane updates, heart-racing One Piece content, and engaging action fiction reviews, make sure to hit that subscribe button and never miss a moment. Keep those notifications on.